Hi everybody, I'm Randy Deneen, an internship advisor with the Arts and Sciences Career Services Office, and we are here today at the Columbus Museum of Art to talk to Amanda Kepner about what it takes for you to break into the arts industry. Let's go on inside. All right, Amanda, thanks for joining us today. If you could tell us a little bit about the museum.
Sure. So the Columbus Museum of Art is in downtown Columbus, Ohio, and we have a collection focus on European and American modernism. So think like Impressionism forward, and a few other collection strengths in contemporary art and photography, and a few annual things we have, like a graphic novel residency and Lego exhibition that comes every year, and then a whole smattering of special exhibitions that come for several months at a time that just rotate throughout, our calendar.
Mm-hmm. Right. Amanda, so what our students are really interested in is what methods the museum uses to recruit students for internships or entry-level employment.
Sure. So internships primarily are found on our website, columbusmuseum.org. And we do have a lot of word of mouth and personal recommendations that come in through universities or professors or our staff, past interns. We get a lot of interns who recommend future interns to their friends and cohorts. So that's primarily how internships are recruited. Entry-level positions, again, on our website, the same location as the internships, columbusmuseum.org, and often on Craigslist for the very entry-level positions like gallery associate or serving with our special events staff, things like that.
Other than Craigslist, do you use any sort of corporate or websites like Career Finder, Career Builder?
So it kind of depends on what the job is, if we're looking in what we're looking for. So we may post on a very specific, like an education website or a museum listserv or something of that nature. So it kind of just depends on what we're looking for. But a lot of those real basic entry-level ones we're able to get filled pretty well via our website and Craigslist.
Sure. Yeah. How about campus-based systems like FutureLink, for instance?
I have not used any of those. I mostly just focus on the internships, and our HR focuses on the entry-level positions. So I don't use specific university-based programs simply because since we aren't affiliated with one specific university, I would have to maintain a lot of them.
Sure.
So we're recruiting, and not only for internships, it's not just for students. It could be for recent graduates. It could be for people looking to switch careers. It's considered a volunteer position ultimately. So it's just kind of easier to let people come to us than to try and maintain Otterbein and Denison and OSU and everywhere else. We've had interns come as far as Texas.
Wow.
So it would be really complicated to keep all those postings up to date.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So Amanda, our students are really interested in the arts industry. Could you tell us maybe what is one big misunderstood notion that they have about trying to break into this industry?
Sure. So I would think the biggest thing that I find is arts organizations and museums are not just for people in that subject area. So the art museum is not just full of artists and art historians, though there are quite a few of us. We need people in marketing, we need people in fundraising, we need people in business and admin and finance and IT. We need all different areas to make an organization run just like any corporation would. But a lot of times when people are thinking, what they want to do, and say they're a marketing specialist, they don't necessarily think like, oh, the art museum needs people in marketing, but everywhere needs people in marketing. So, thinking about what you like to do and what you're interested in. So you may be just interested in art or like organizations like the museum or being involved with the arts, but think, oh, but I'm an IT person, that they don't mesh. Yes, they do. Because the museum and the Columbus Arts Council and the, historical centers and the conservatories, they all need a breadth of skills and professions to help us run.
Great.
Yeah.
Right. So Amanda, we know that on campus, a lot of arts-related organizations don't attend our career fairs. Why do you think that is?
I know for us in particular, number one, there's not a ton ton of turnover in our organization. As I said, we're a mid-sized museum, so we don't have thousands of employees and thousands of positions. We actually have less than 100 full-time employees at the museum, and a lot of us have been here for many years. So we don't have constant need to be looking for new people. Positions are actually kind of far and few between, and so we're actually able to get all the applicants that we need via other means. And then I personally, for internships, don't do career fairs simply because I get an overabundance of interested parties without doing so. For a very small number of internships, I have 2 or 3 times the applications that I actually need to fill those positions unsolicited. And so it's just one less thing that I, have to go out and do. It seems like people are finding us okay. Yeah.
Amanda, is there a particular time of year where the museum looks to recruit new staff or interns?
Staff is, as an on-needed basis, so it just kind of depends on what's going on. But interns, for sure, we're looking all year round. We do 3 internship seasons. There's one in the fall, one in the spring, and one in the summer to correspond with the scholastic year. And then all the due dates are on our website. But the most popular one is, of course, over the summer. Application deadline is March 15th. It takes about a month to go through all the applications and all the interviews and get all the positions filled. But so if you're thinking of doing an internship at the museum or anywhere really, start thinking about what you want to do the semester beforehand. So if you're thinking about fall, look in the summer, see when the deadlines are, see what the requirements are, see if you need, transcripts or to write a new cover letter or to update your resume. And that way you'll make sure to hit all the deadlines. I can't tell you how many people are emailing me the week after the deadline going, oh, can I still send it? Because they just weren't quite thinking far enough in advance. So that's what I think.
We get that a lot too. So
Yeah.
So Amanda, the last question we have for you is just how students can get involved with your organization. How can they get their foot in the door as far as networking, and how can they get their resume in front of you?
So I know for most arts organizations, and for us in particular, internships are really the way to go. I started as an intern here in 2007 and interned for about a year before I got a part-time job, and then applied for a full-time job. And I know about half of my department in learning and experience also got started that way. Started as an intern, did it for a year or two, on and off, maybe in conjunction with a part-time job. And then as things became available, they applied and got moved up and were accepted. And even if it's not within one organization, you could intern here and then hear about opportunities at Wexner Center or Cleveland or Cincinnati or Dayton or Akron, just via the channels that you're already then in. As far as getting resumes out there, there's a lot of area specific websites and listservs if you're interested in museum education or in curatorialship. LinkedIn is obviously a good place. There's lots of groups that are very specific, so kind of hunting out those specified organizational networks online is obviously a really good tactic these days.
Good. Well, Amanda, thank you so much for your time today. I know our students really appreciate it, and we thank you for all the great advice you've given.
Great.
We want to thank Amanda Kepner once again for inviting us down here to the museum to talk about what you can do as a student to break into the arts industry. Make sure to log on to our YouTube page, ASC Career Services, to check out some of the bonus material that didn't make it into the interview, and also follow us on Twitter at ASC Career. Thanks.